EliYah came before Ahab and said, As Yahuwah, all of Yasharal lives, there shall be no dew or rain these years except at my word. And the word of Yahuwah came to him again, saying, Leave here and turn eastward and hide by the Wadi Karith, which flows into the Jordan. And it shall be that you drink from the stream, and I shall command the ravens to feed you there. And he went and did according to the word of Yahuwah. And he went and dwelt by the Wadi Karith, which flows into the Jordan. And the ravens brought him bread and meat in the morning, and bread and meat in the evening. And he drank from the stream. And it came to be, after a while, that the stream dried up, because there had been no rain in the land. Therefore the word of Yahuwah came to him, saying, Rise up, go to Zarephath, which belongs to Zidon, and dwell there. See, I have commanded a widow to feed you there. And he rose and went to Zarephath, and came to the gate of the city, and saw a widow there gathering sticks. And he called and said to her, Please bring me a little water in a vessel to drink. And as she was going to get it, he called to her and said, Please bring me a piece of bread in your hand.
And she said, As Yahuwah your all lives, I do not have bread, only a handful of flour in a bin, and a little oil in a jar. And see, I am gathering a couple of sticks, and shall go in and prepare it for myself and my son, and we shall eat it and die.
And EliYah said to her, Do not fear. Go and do as you have said, but make me a small cake from it first, and bring it to me, and afterward make some for yourself and your son. For thus says Yahuwah, all of Yasharal, the bin of flour shall not be used up, nor the jar of oil run dry, until the day Yahuwah sends rain on the earth. So she went and did according to the word of EliYah, and she and he and her household ate for many days. The bin of flour was not used up, nor the jar of oil dry, according to the word of Yahuwah which he spoke by EliYah. And after these events, it came to be that the son of the woman who owned the house became sick, and his sickness was severe until there was no breath left in him.
And she said to EliYah, What have I to do with you, O man of Yahuwah? Have you come to me to bring my crookedness to be remembered, and to kill my son?
And he said to her, Give me your son. So he took him from her arms, and took him to the upper room where he was dwelling, and laid him on his bed, and cried out to Yahuwah, and said, O Yahuwah my all, have you brought evil on the widow with whom I am sojourning to kill her son? And he stretched himself out on the child 3 times, and cried out to Yahuwah, and said, O Yahuwah my all, I pray, let the life of this child come back to him. And Yahuwah heard the voice of EliYah, and the life of the child came back to him, and he lived. And EliYah took the child and brought him from the upper room into the house, and gave him to his mother. And EliYah said, See, your son lives.
And the woman said to EliYah, Now by this I know that you are a man of Yahuwah, and that the word of Yahuwah in your mouth is truth.
And after many days it came to be that the word of Yahuwah came to EliYah in the 3rd year, saying, Go present yourself to Ahab, and I give rain on the earth. Therefore EliYah went to present himself to Ahab. And the scarcity of food in Samaria was severe. And Ahab had called Obadiah, who was over his house. Now Obadiah feared Yahuwah exceedingly. And it came to be, while Isabel cut down the prophets of Yahuwah, that Obadiah had taken 100 prophets and hid them 50 to a cave, and fed them with bread and water. And Ahab had said to Obadiah, Go into the land to all the springs of water, and to all the wadis. It could be that we find grass to keep the horses and mules alive, and not have any livestock cut off. And they divided the land between them to pass over it. Ahab went one way, and Obadiah went another way. And as Obadiah was on his way, then see, EliYah met him, and he recognized him and fell on his face and said,
Is that you, My master, EliYah?
And he answered him, It is I. Go say to your master, EliYah is here. And he said,
What have I sinned, that you are giving your servant into the hands of Ahab to kill me? As Yahuwah your Almighty lives, there is no nation or reign where my master has not sent to look for you. And when they said, He is not here, he made the reign or nation swear that they could not find you. And now you say, Go say to your master, EliYah is here. It shall be, as soon as I have gone from you, that the spirit of Yahuwah takes you away to a place I do not know. And I shall come to report to Ahab, and when he does not find you, he shall kill me. But I, your servant, has feared Yahuwah from my youth. Was it not reported to my master what I did when Isabel slew the prophets of Yahuwah, how I hid 100 men of the prophets of Yahuwah, 50 to a cave, and fed them with bread and water? And now you say, Go say to your master, EliYah is here, then he shall slay me.
And EliYah said, As Yahuwah of hosts live, before whom I stand, I shall indeed show myself to him today. And Abiyahu then went to meet Ahab, and informed him, and Ahab went to meet EliYah. And it came to be, when Ahab saw EliYah, that Ahab said to him, Is that you, O disturber of Yasharal? And he answered, I have not disturbed Yasharal, but you and your father's house, and that you have forsaken the commands of Yahuwah, and you have followed the Baals. And now send and gather all Yasharal to me on Mount Carmel, the 450 prophets of Baal, and the 400 prophets of Asherah, who eat at Isabel's table. Ahab then sent for all the children of Yasharal, and gathered the prophets on Mount Carmel. And EliYah came to all the people, and said, How long would you keep hopping between two opinions? If Yahuwah is all, follow him. If Baal, follow him. But the people answered him not a word. And EliYah said to the people, I alone am left the prophet of Yahuwah, but the prophets of Baal are 450 men. Now let them give us 2 bulls, and let them choose 1 bull for themselves, and cut it in pieces, and lay it on wood, but set no fire. And I prepare the other bull, and shall lay it on the wood, but set no fire. And you shall call on the name of your mighty one, and I call on the name of Yahuwah. And the all who answers by fire, he is all. So all the people answered and said, The word is good. And EliYah said to the prophets of Baal, Choose 1 bull for yourselves, and prepare it first, for you are many, and call on the name of your mighty one, but set no fire. So they took the bull which was given them, and prepared it, and called on the name of Baal from morning, evening, even till noon, saying, O Baal, answer us. But there was no voice, and no one answered. And they leaped about the altar which they had made. And it came to be at noon, that EliYah taunted them, and said, Cry aloud, for he is a mighty one. He is meditating, or he is busy, or he is on a journey. Or it could be that he is asleep and has to be awakened. And they cried aloud, and cut themselves, according to their ruling, with knives and spears, until the blood gushed out on them. And it came to be, when midday was past, that they prophesied until the time of bringing the evening offering. But there was no voice, and no one answered, and no one paying attention. EliYah said to all the people, Come closer to me. And all the people came closer to him. And he repaired the altar of Yahuwah that was broken down. And EliYah took 12 stones, according to the number of the tribes of the sons of Yaakov, to whom the word of Yahuwah had came, saying, Yasharal is your name. And with the stones he built an altar in the name of Yahuwah. And he made a trench around the altar, large enough to hold water. And he arranged the wood, and cut the bull in pieces, and laid it on the wood, and said, Fill 4 jars with water, and pour it on the burnt offering and on the wood. And he said, Do it a second time, and they did it a second time. And he said, Do it a third time, and they did it a third time. And the water flowed around the altar, and he filled the trench with water too. And it came to be, at the time of bringing the evening offering that EliYah the prophet came near and said, Yahuwah, all of Abraham, Yitzhak, and Yasharal, let it be known today, you are all of Yasharal. And I, your servant, have done all these matters by your word. Answer me, O Yahuwah, answer me. And let this people know that you are Yahuwah all, and you shall turn their hearts back to you again. Then the fire of Yahuwah fell and consumed the burnt offering, and the wood and the stones and the dust, and it licked up the water that was in the trench. And all the people saw and fell on their faces and said, Yahuwah, he is all. Yahuwah, he is the all. And EliYah said to them, Seize the prophets of Baal, do not let one of them escape. So they seized them, and EliYah brought them down to the Wadi Kashan and slaughtered them there. And EliYah said to Ahab, Go up, eat and drink, because of the sound of the noise of rain. And Ahab went up to eat and to drink, and EliYah went up to the top of Carmel. And he bowed down on the ground and put his face between his knees, and said to his servant, Go up, please, look closely toward the sea. And he went up and looked closely and said, Not a speck. And 7 times he said, Go again. And it came to be the 7th time that he said, See, a little cloud as small as a man's hand is coming out of the sea. And he said, Go up, say to Ahab, Hitch up and go down before the rain stops you. In the meantime, it came to be that the heavens became black with clouds and wind, and there was a heavy rain while Ahab rode and went to Yisrael.